Hello, everyone. Sargon, Destroyer of Worlds here, and welcome back to another episode of Timberborn. So, as you can see, things are back underway here. We've got our very busy beavers working. We'll slow things down for a moment just so we can resituate what we're up to. So, we are working on trying to resolve our power issue. As you can see, this water wheel isn't moving at all. So, I'm hoping by primarily building a levee with a bit of a dam here so the water will flow. And we occasionally, just a little now and again, we're getting a little water flow. So hopefully by blocking this off, that will help. It will also hopefully resolve two things. So we are looking to build a path across here. And as well, we are trying to get across the river so that we can connect and get this forester as well to plant all these trees that we have lined up. And the reason for that is if we get off this view here, let's come here. You can see it's not connected to any district center. So if I click on the district center, this is as far as it reaches. I did not realize that. I had not placed my pass when I placed the forester. So this, and we got a very busy beaver here trying to go up and down. In fact, yeah, we got those wooden stairs built. He's working on these, just 2 more planks, and then hopefully this will become alive. And then we'll get our 1 unemployed worker. Oh, we got 2 unemployed workers. Oh, because one of our little baby beavers has now grown up, which is perfect. And that is good news. The other slightly good news is, well, actually it's not good news. We need more accommodations. So we're going to work on that as well. The other things we're going to work on here, besides getting across the river, is we want to diversify our food. So right now we've got these berries and we've got a bunch of carrots, but that's not satisfying all the needs of our beavers. So we're going to do 2 things. We're going to plant carrots. Carrots. We already got carrots. We're going to plant sunflowers in addition to our carrots as well as our potatoes. Now, the sunflower seeds that will come from the sunflowers don't need to be processed any further. But the potatoes, we will need a grill, so we'll probably look at putting that over here. So we're going to remove and I think get rid of all the berries. They are of low value. They do provide food, but they don't provide any bonuses. And the last thing we're going to do is, at least for the plan today, is we're going to build a gear workshop, which will then allow us to expand some other buildings, including better water storage for our next route. So let's get into it. So the beavers are already busy at work getting us across with the levees, so we don't need to do anything with that. But let's spin around. Whoop! And we're going to come over here. We're going to come into our demolished buildings and resources. We're basically going to get rid of all of these, as well as all of these, because they're just in the way. They're in the way of us expanding our entire food empire. Now we will find our sunflower seeds here, and we're just going to make all that sunflowers. I think that'll look pretty good. And we can also get started on our potatoes. So we'll come up here and we will plant this entire area. I think will end up being potatoes. We might keep a path here as things expand out. So maybe we'll leave ourselves a little reminder to try to do that. And that way, if we need it for pathing, we'll have another, I think, build a set of staircase and come up here as well. I think that would be a good plan. So let's have a look. Is this now active? Yes, it's now active. You can tell that by all the green around it. And we have a beaver working here because we're in desperate need of trees. The other thing we're going to do, we're going to put a worker back here in this lumberjack because they can harvest these trees here. So let's just make sure. Yep, that is on. In fact, what we'll do, as soon as we remember to come over here, we're going to mark all these trees for harvesting once they're ready, just so that we don't forget. So as nighttime falls upon us, our beavers are loving a little campfire, and maybe we'll try to add a little more as well, some more relaxation and leisure for our beavers, because our colony has grown and there's really not a lot of space for them to hang around. They're kind of just waiting their turn, nice and patient beavers. They could probably use maybe a bouncer or something to control the crowd and make sure people don't overstay their welcome if they're not buying the s'mores for the campfire. At least that's, I imagine, what they're eating. Eventually, there'll be some grilled potatoes. As you can see, we've already got our potatoes starting to grow there. And they have not yet come down here, but they'll get to all that. And part of that is, everyone is really, really busy. Now, as our beavers are really busy here, we do want to make sure that this is marked as our high priority because we want to get that built. So we want to ensure, or at least try to fix our water wheel, because it has variable output, and that's not good for us. Now, the other thing we can do while we are waiting, we're going to come into, I believe it's wood, and we are going to unlock the gear workshop. We'll use our science points, and we will place it right here. Now, we will come in and we will lower that construction priority, because while everything's going hard at work here, we are going to come into our housing, and we do need to build some additional lodges. So we'll come in, and I want to mirror it. We'll put it on the other door. There we go. And to get up there, we're going to have to find some platforms. So we're going to put some platforms right here. And we do need to ensure there's, I thought I had pathing there. So we're going to put path as well as, how are we going to make this work? Let's figure this out. Yeah, okay, so here's how we do it. And then we're going to put a set of stairs, platform, come back into our, oh, that's not going to work. Stop. Don't, no. Okay, that's not going to work. So let's delete that. I think he was about to start that. Either way, that's not going to work. So let's take a moment. Come back into our path here. So maybe we'll build that here instead, because then that will save us some work, and then we can do that. Yes, I think that works a lot better. Okay, let's get things going. Now we do need to ensure there's a path, and let's prioritize things here, because there's no point building these things. So those will be a lower priority. These will be medium priority. And we'll make this slightly higher priority. Let's do that. Let's at least get to this. I think that would work well. And oh, trees, beautiful trees being planted. Because we're not doing the best. Like we're starting to actually get the logs in, which is good. And our levee's getting built. That's very, very good. The water wheel is occasionally, oh my god, 10, 11. Yeah, that's really not the horsepower we need. This little beaver, he is working hard. Meanwhile, this is not. And we have our sunflowers being planted, which is good. So let's come in and let's ensure before we completely forget about it, and it'll need to be ready, we're going to put a grill. And let's put a grill, let's remove, before we do that, we're going to come in, we're going to demolish this gatherer flag. We don't need it anymore. Poof. Come back to our food, and we're going to put a grill. And let's put the grill right there, just in case we need a little bit of space to do anything up top here, and put another storage, because, oh my goodness, we're almost already out of storage space. So we're going to have to fix that as well. So I think, yeah, that's going to be problematic. I don't think we can easily get another storage on top. Maybe we can find, oh, I know where we can put it. We can put another storage on top of this one. So let's do that. We're going to come to storage. Small warehouse. Put one there. Come back into our paths. And then we will put a staircase and a path. Not another staircase, but a path there. And once again, we want to make sure we prioritize those first, because there's no point getting up there without the ability to, to build a storage without an ability to get up there. So we've got a lot of things in play here, a lot of things to build. Oh, we have a drought incoming in 2.8 days. I missed that. Okay, how is... Okay, we have plenty of food. Not worried about the food. What I am worried about is water. Will we have enough water to survive? So let's prioritize high priority. Let's get one of these built. And just in case, because that's going to become a problem if we don't get or don't have enough water. So I think after today, we're going to extend the working hours to 24 hours because we need that. Now, the one thing we don't need yet is this. Make that a low priority. Kind of investigate. That is built. Oh, that didn't help. As you can see, although we got our levee there and a bit of a dam, it is not actually solving the current problem. I was hoping to push things over. I'm wondering if these pumps are causing the problem. So it might be beneficial to think about moving our pumps, maybe move them over here. And yes, so I think that's what we're going to do, because I think even I saw this one is only half productive. This one is, yeah, these aren't very productive. So I think that's causing part of the problem. So we will look at moving pumps to this side over here. And we'll have to wait for things to clear. But I think we can get one there. And then we'll put a pathing here. Yeah, there's going to have to be a bit of reorganization of our colony. Oh no! Okay, we had a beaver die of old age. At least it wasn't due to being stranded on the other side of the river. Not like that would ever happen. Oh, we have a bored beaver. Okay, let's slow things down. Let's kind of take stock of our situation. This beaver has nothing to do, but are these guys harvesting? Okay, so they can take those potatoes. He's soon going to have work. No recipe is selected. Huh. Oh, this girl can do multiple things. I did not know that. So let's have a look-see. Grilled potatoes is definitely what we want. So they need logs. They need potatoes. And then we'll get some grilled potatoes on the go. So that's good. So that timing kind of works out. And we do have logs to burn. Just having a look-see around here. Half day to go. We've got great water storage. So this one got built. We'll eventually probably replace these with a larger one, but we will need the gears. We haven't yet started building that because we're focused on getting some other things built. So let's get this one lodge expedited, so it gives us a little more space because we only have room for one more beaver, and we would definitely like some more. Now, one thing I just noticed is our reach. It's pretty limited down here in terms of the sunflowers. So that we're going to have to think about. Maybe, what if we used a forester? No, we have no forester in range as well. So maybe it might be of benefit to build another farmhouse. Now we'll get through. Let's get through this this drought first, and we'll see how things go, and then we can decide whether we should be building a farmhouse which is probably going to be needed given everything we're trying to harvest. But let's get into the next drought coming up. The drought has started, so we'll slow things down and we'll watch the water eventually slow down and stop. Now, thankfully, we've got it obviously dammed right here, and we do have it dammed in levee here. So we should be able to hold back enough water. Hey, look, swimming beavers. That way, everything should survive that we're looking for. We've got a busy beaver planting. A little bit of water flow here. Yeah, I think we're going to relocating these pumps. That's going to be our next play before we try anything else. We'll move the pumps over to this side, and maybe we'll spread them out a little bit so that they're a little more efficient. Speaking of pumps, you know what we should be doing as well is we don't want to lose water, so we will turn off those pumps. So that will also put some other beavers to work, hopefully helping clear. And speaking of clearing, we actually missed clearing that one there. So all this is going. Oh, and they're building this. Let's not build that at the moment. If we need to turn on water pumps, we will do that. What's this issue here? Needs power. Oh, okay, things are turned off for the night. That's why. It is rest time. And this is our longest drought, I think. I think it started at 4 days. So let's have a look at our warning messages. Lacks power, that's fine. Building lacks materials. And construction lacks materials. Oh, this probably is missing a path. Oh, I've been good at that, but completely missed it here. So that needs a little path. And we are not going to store any berries or any carrots in here. I think we can store everything else at this point. We've got grilled potatoes coming in, which is good. And the reason why berries is we shouldn't actually be getting any more. These berries should be used up as we go through the drought. And I think this is fine. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're halfway through this drought. Plenty of water. Nothing is going amiss except for things that we know we're working on. So we'll just plow through this particular drought and continue building. Our science is going up. Not that we need to use it for anything at this point. We just need space. And we actually do have, hey, 2 new beavers. Oh. So if we click on here, they were born at the same time. Have a look. We do have 3 free beds. Once this one's built, it'll be pretty good as well. Yeah, we're well prepared for this particular drought. We got all these trees growing over here. So we solved our problems from last episode, which is good. We're getting space for more beavers. We want to be careful about how big we grow until we get more storage and upgrade some things. I think once we start getting the ability to have these trees ready, these maples, look how many logs each one will come with. That'll be quite helpful for us and allow us to rapidly expand because you can see we're out of logs. That's not good, but we have water and food with 1 day of the drought to go. So I'm not worried at all. You can see here, we're actually even, no, what is this? Well, that's sunflowers. We do have 4 sunflower seeds. That is good. Ooh. Didn't mean to have this pump running. So let's turn that off for the last half a day here. Because we want to keep as much water in this dammed area as possible. As you can see, it's already getting quite low. Thankfully, it's not affecting our fertile area. That is good. But next episode, although we're not done this one yet, we'll have to think about trying to dam further up here to hold back even more water. So, somewhere probably here or maybe here, and hold back a lot more water, maybe with a levee, and keep things flowing and having a lot more water. Yay, the drought's ended. That is good news. Good news. Oh, but just as the drought ended, we did lose a beaver to old age. So with the drought over, let's slow down and let's have a look at our things here. We definitely need to make sure we have water coming in. So we're going to turn on that pump. And what do we need to get a bigger pump? Is there a bigger pump? I thought there was a bigger pump. No, there's not a bigger pump. I thought we had bigger pumps here. Oh, there's a mechanical water pump. Whoa, wow. Okay. That is not something we're anywhere near. That's the large water tank, which would be nice to have. But we need to get the gears. So that's something we'll probably get built next episode. So let's have a look. And if we can place one here. No, we have a pathing issue. But maybe, let's keep them separated. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we will build a platform here. And it's too far away for some reason. But I think if we run a set of paths right there, hopefully is that now in range? It looks like it is. So we will prioritize building of this so that we can then put another water pump right on top. Let's have a look, see, make sure we're well positioned. There we go. And we just need to add a little path to make sure and get to the front door. Perfect. Now, hopefully these won't conflict with each other, but we'll find out. I am not quite sure of the water dynamics here. But speaking of water dynamics, at least let's get one of these other ones running on this side of the world. And we're doing well. So we've accomplished getting our levee and shorter path built, which is helping us by having access to that forester and having more trees planted. That is good news. So that's done. We've diversified our food base. So we now have potatoes being grilled. And actually what we can do with all those removed, we can come in and we can plant more. There we go. That's good news. So more potatoes is going to be helpful. And you kind of see right now, there's a bit more capacity here because we're probably eating the berries. That's good. Hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? It's time for you to go. So we're going to get rid of that berry as well. That is something we need to do. And these berries. They're like weeds. Actually, no, they're not. I love berries, especially blueberries. But we need to get rid of these as well. So those will be gone. That is something that's going to help us. So we have our food diversified. And so the main thing we're going to try to accomplish here is get this gear workshop built. And it'll help if we increase the priority. So we'll do that. And as well, we'll make this lodge now a medium priority. Even though we have space for 3 other beavers. So we have 4 growing up. So we're going to come in and have a look at our Beavers Needs. So up here, kind of see that they're doing quite well. We've now added the sunflower seeds and grilled potatoes in. Now what those offer us are some really nice bonuses. In particular, sunflower seeds for the adult beavers give them a 5% working speed, and the grilled potatoes give them an extra 30% strength. And the little baby beavers, the sunflower seeds allow them to grow a little 5% faster and add 20% to their life expectancy, which is a pretty nice bonus. So we'll get things going here and making sure we have a good eye on what's going on. So having a look here, everything is going quite well. We're just going to work on getting our gear shop built, which will then give us the ability to build larger water storage, among other things. and it's a good prerequisite. Now, our logging is at issue, and I'm wondering, oh, you know what's not helping is this lumberjack is turned off. Now we have no unemployed beavers, so how can we find somebody to be employed? We have a beaver who's just chilling, so maybe we can get him to go, because there's nothing to build. So let's just turn off all the builders. Let's get them to work. And they did find jobs, so there are no unemployed beavers. Oh, you know what though? Okay, there is one still left, which is good because we still have things to build. But we need trees. We need the logs. And this is the good news here. So the logs will start coming in. Make sure, yes, we have a lumberjack over here. That is good news. Although, quite honestly, there's not much over here. Now, we do need to come over here, maybe plant some trees where these have died. We'll make all these maple. Oh yeah, I left myself a little reminder. We will put a path here and a path there. And we'll just finish planting a few more maples right here. Are these maples? Yeah, those are maples. Ah, had some pines in here. Well, that's fine. Little mix. That's fine. That's not a problem. So have a look. Just doing a nice little spin as day breaks. We will continue having a look. Is this going to get built? We need you to get built, not you. There we go. We're waiting for materials. Can't get all the required materials. Maybe that is still too far away. Oh, you know what would help? This would help, I think. I don't think I have a path across. Will that help? Still can't get all the required. Oh, now we can. Okay, perfect. So I forgot to put a little path across the little dam that was there. So that's all nice and good now. As you can see, we have a beaver coming across, because then we can start decommissioning these other water tanks. And we'll have to figure out where else we can place a water tank. And I think as we expand up here, we could put a water tank, because I want to make sure these are operating as efficiently as possible. So this is 95% efficient. You can see the current just ripping right through here. So if we can, how's our water? We can our water is still quite low. We can't afford to test it. I'm wondering if we do turn these things off, that should, maybe that was what was doing it earlier and I just didn't notice. But we'll have to test that. We'll have to test that once we can get this other water pump built, because we do need to ensure we have plenty for the next drought. Got everyone working hard. So I need a few more logs here. This just needs planks. So the limiting factor right now is the fact that we do not yet have, well, we need daybreak. So if I do turn, how much power do these need? These need, I think they need 50 themselves, it looks like. Yeah, so, and this is producing 50. This is currently producing nothing. So what if we get ready by putting another power wheel? Can we do that? No. We'll have to think about that. Now we could, in theory, put a power wheel here, put another building there, but I would prefer not to do that. So I think we're going to try to make that water wheel actually operate. Let's zoom along here, and we will get that little house built, as well as the gear shop. We do have our final house built, a part of this little complex, and it'll get expanded. But the nice thing is, if we look here, we have 3 free breads. Oh, because we have many more children here. That's excellent. We do have one unemployed. So where can we ensure we have the best employment? And I think if we come along here, because I did turn off, here, let me just show you. I did turn off these 2 pumps. That has not fixed the water flow. So if anyone knows how I can solve this problem, I'd very much appreciate it. It's very intermittent, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Yeah, I'm a little perplexed. Now I will look at, as you can see, there is a current that's coming through here. So if I do build another set of water wheels and come out, I think I'll get at least some power, but I'd like to get this one working. So since that didn't solve itself and I don't have my other water pump built, I'll turn this guy back on and that should help. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, we're good. Okay, we're fine. I'm not sure why that is maybe from this point, but we're fine. That is all good. And we have our gear house, gear workshop built. He is producing some gears very, very slowly. We're not as productive. We've probably lost some productivity here as well. Yeah, because they're sharing power. We don't have. Ooh, we need a lot of power. So that's what we're going to work on next episode. Is definitely trying to find more power. We'll make sure we get this pump built here. We'll solve our power issue. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do with this space here as well. And that's either building another forester over here, or maybe a farmhouse so we can be more efficient. And the farmhouse might be our best bet considering how much land we now have for farming. And I think the other thing we're going to look at doing, because the drought's just going to get worse and worse, is try to figure out how do we get up here to block this off and probably put a levee. I think that'd be very beneficial to us and expanding our little colony here. So with that, I would like to thank you for watching. I very much appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye for now.